Hello, everybody. Okay, so this week I'm going to do two videos. So the one is going to be about Fables itself, and then the second one will be about your assignment. So this one is about Fables itself. Sorry, I'm just trying to be a little more comfortable. We've got so much crap going on with this whole building a shed thing, whatever. So anyway, okay. So this week, you guys are reading one of Aesop's fables. They are incredibly short. They are one paragraph. I mean, it couldn't be an easier read. Okay. So what is going to happen, bear with me, is, sorry, just give me a second. Let's start at the beginning. So a fable is a short tale or a short story. It's usually very, very, very short. And it teaches a moral lesson, so a life lesson, and it uses animals or an inanimate object as the characters, so it's not using real people. However, you'll notice when you come across Aesop's fables that there are, there's people like farmers, there's king, but for the most part, it's animals and insects. Okay, so with that in mind, probably one of the best, I don't know, cartoon examples I can think of would be that show Franklin. If anybody remembers that cartoon, he was a turtle. So anyway, so there is a link on our Moodle page to bring you to this page. Bear with me. Just give me a second. My computer is being a little weird. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it'll bring you here to Aesop's Fables. Okay, this is from Project Gutenberg. It's a fantastic site. Anyway, so here are all of the fables that you can choose from. Okay, so a few of them are very well known. The Tortoise and the Hare. So, slow and steady wins the race. The Lion and the Mouse. The lion, the lion wants to eat the mouse. The mouse says, please don't, I'll repay you. The lion's an idiot and it's like, what do you mean you're a mouse? How could you repay me? And then eventually the mouse needs to come rescue him anyway. So, a lot of them are things that we have seen, we have heard of. We just didn't know that it was such a simple name. So anyway, let me scroll down a little more. Okay, so look, here's one, the Ass and the Grasshopper. That is one fable. This literally could not be any easier. Okay, so you're just going to read one. Anyway, I don't want to get too into what you're going to do. Otherwise, that'll defeat the purpose of my other video. Okay, so with this in mind, I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay, so let's talk about Aesop himself. Okay, Aesop, there's not much to be known about him. He was a Greek slave. He remains popular only because of these fables. However, I will say that it doesn't seem like he is the one that put pen to paper on these fables. He was more of the oral storyteller. But I'll get there in a second. Not much is known about where he came from. What is known is that he was probably born around 620 BCE. Okay, so before Christ. And he was really ugly and he was deformed. So he was not, he was not an attractive person. Not you. My husband just walked in on that. Whoops. Okay, so even after he was born, poor kid being ugly and deformed, can just be one. The rest of his life was kind of also shrouded in that obscurity. So he lived, as a slave, and he must have at some point in his life been freed. However, he met a incredibly violent death at the hands of some inhabitants of Delphi. Nobody really knows why he was killed, but he was murdered, and he most likely died around 560 BCE, which I'm really super bad at math, but I don't really think that's a long time. Let's see. Yeah, so it was 60 years. Okay, so he was about 60. So I guess he did live a fairly long life. Let's see, what else? So it is thought that most of his fables were a compilation of different tales from many different sources, and that they were all transmitted orally. They were not written down. He did not write them. However, there are some that he probably did write, but because they all came from him, or essentially came from him, that's why he is getting the credit, for lack of a better term, for being the father of these. A lot of his fables are where we get a lot of idioms from. So like one of the fables, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, we all know what that's about. So that's the idiom crying wolf. Okay, sour grapes, dog in a manger, lion's share. So dog in a manger is actually the name of the fable, the dog in the manger. The fox and the grapes is sour grapes. So, you know, he really only remains popular because of these fables. Otherwise, he would have been just your plain, you know, run-of-the-mill guy, minus the fact that he was ugly and deformed. Poor dude. So that's the nutshell of the fables itself. Okay, let's see. I just want to look ahead real fast. Yeah, okay, so the other video will tell you what you're going to be doing for, well, it'll say like more in detail what you're going to do, but your assignment for this week is that you're choosing one of the fables to read. You can obviously read as many as you want, but you're just going to choose one to write your reflection on, your short reflection essay. Obviously, I don't expect you to get to like a full 3 pages. I know that it's going to be short. It's fine. Okay, but you're doing something else with it as well. Hold on, buddy. I'll be right there. Sorry. So go get one. Okay, you need to wait because I said so. No, I'm in the middle of something. Thanks. I love him, I swear. Okay, so that's really a nutshell of Aesop's fables. This would be considered classical literature. It's coming from ancient Greece. I really got nothing else so much on him. The next video will probably be a little lengthier, but that's essentially the fables. Okay, so you will have that site to work off of, you know, to choose which fable you want, and then you're going to just write about it. Okay, so that's really it. I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys. Trying to do these short videos for you.